So good to see you all. Thank you for having patience with me. And it's all going to be good. I've gone through some trials this past couple of months. I have a dog, a little gray and white Shih Tzu who is passing away. And I have been deliberating, researching, trying to understand what I need to do, if anything, and it's been very hard for me. I've had him for 10 years. His name is Brother. I call him Bubby or Bubba. And also, when I adopted him 10 years ago, he was, they told me he was between 2 and 5 years old. No, I'm sorry, 3 and 5 years old. So I imagine he's, between 12 and 15 right now. He could be a little bit older. But I have been experiencing the dying process. And I've never done that before. I've never had, well, of course we don't ever want to do that, but I've never been given the opportunity to observe it. And it's very, I think everyone needs to understand it. Because I believe that when a person or an animal is dying, it's just their body that is dying. Their spirit is released as they take their last breath. It's a sad thing, but then again, it's kind of a beautiful thing, and I don't know if y'all would understand what I mean by that. I don't want anybody to say, oh my gosh, she's weird. But if you do, you do, But I think that it's a transition, and it's a transition into something better, not worse. People are afraid of it because, well, of course, people are afraid of the unknown, and we don't know. We think we know. Some of us have great faith that absolutely we know what's going to happen. Some of us don't. Some people don't, and it scares them. I had to go through this with my dog, and I still am going through it with my dog. He can't walk right now, which means he can't relieve himself. He has to have help. I'm helping him. He's basically in doggy hospice. I'm giving him all the meds to make him comfortable. Now the thing is, I took him into the doctor when I realized that there was something wrong with one of his legs, and I thought, maybe he had something caught in his paw, and because he kept lifting it up, he couldn't walk on it, and he would wince a little bit. It wasn't bad, but he would just kind of whimper a little bit and then go lay down. Well, the first x-ray, they said there's nothing wrong with him, and I thought, okay, I'm not an idiot. But anyway, so they gave me some pain medicine to help relieve him from suffering from pain, and they also gave me a sedative. I know it's dark in here. I'm sorry. Let's see. I wonder if a light would work. Is that better, or is that too? We'll try it anyway. So y'all can tell me. You know, it's a little better than being dark. But anyway, so I took him back the second time, which was about 2 weeks later, and to the same veterinarian. It was called Rose Rock here in Oklahoma, resort and hospital for dogs and cats and animals. Beautiful place, wonderful place. But anyway, so I got a different doctor this time. It wasn't the same doctor. And he gave him a thorough examination, not just x-rays. Nothing showed up on his x-rays. So he actually handled my dog, touched him, and, you know, really, really examined his whole body, you know, stretched his muscles out and whatever, you know. And he determined that it's a tendon, not like tendonitis, but it's a torn tendon and ligaments in his front right shoulder that was preventing him from lifting up from putting down his front leg. Okay, so then again, more sedatives, more pain medicine and such. Well, from that point on, he just started getting worse and worse daily. About, a week later, maybe a week later, you know, I don't know, or so, 4 days later, 5 days later, he stopped eating. I mean, he just wouldn't eat his food. And so what happened was, you know, he drank water, but he lost a lot of weight. He only weighed 14 pounds. But, you know, when a dog loses a pound or two, that's a lot of weight for a little dog, for any dog. Anyway, right now, I can feel his skeletal system, you know, his spine and his, you know, his bones, his ribs, and I cry. I just really cry. Because this little wonderful dog that has given me so much joy and has been so good to me and so loyal, and I can't do anything for him. So I call the vet and I tell them, so I take him in again, and I said, what do I need to do? I said, I don't want to put him down. I can't do that. I don't want to put him down, but I do want to make him comfortable. I don't want him to suffer. I don't want him in pain. Please help me. And anyway, they didn't give me any other kind of medication. They basically said, well, okay. So I take him back home, and then, you know, this past month, he basically can't walk, and he's urinating on himself and pooing on himself. And I've been really, really, really busy with this for the past 2 months, and which is one reason why I haven't been putting forth videos. But this is something that I would like to bring up in conversation. Okay, I would like to talk about the process, the dying process, with you all, and maybe you all have, maybe somebody has had a similar experience, and, you know, maybe we could help each other in some way with this.